and gentlemen, the program will start in less than 5 minutes. Please download the program using the QR code. Please take your seats. Huh? I'm, yeah, I'm going to do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, the program will start in 2 minutes. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the program will be starting shortly. Please take your seats so that the student processional can begin. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Copy. Copy. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Nope. Perfect. You know what? Passport remains seated. I told him about all of that. We'll charge him next year. They don't have an MC. They need an MC. How's it holding up? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. They gotta keep that. They need to make an announcement to keep people down. All right, Jeff, I'm on the move. Just let me know when I'm hot. that it? Yeah, I know that. Clear me? Yeah, it is. Sounds awful. Stand by. Check, check my focus. Y'all need to talk to each other. You heard me? You heard him? Copy.
Please be seated. Welcome to the 18th annual hooding ceremony for the graduating class of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University College of Law. We will now have a meditation delivered by Mr. Marquise McMiller, a member of the 2023 spring graduating class.
Good morning. When I was asked to do the meditation for the program today, I honestly didn't know what exactly it was. So like the courts reviewing a statute, I looked at the plain and ordinary meaning of the word. And what I found was that meditation, hear me now, is the action or practice of meditating. But more plainly speaking, meditation is a written or spoken discourse expressing considered thoughts on a particular subject. So let us have our meditation for the hooding ceremony today. Those of you that will, close your eyes and take a journey with me. How did we arrive at this moment today? Fixate your mind on your specific journey and think about the following things. All of the experiences that you had, all of the things that you encountered, all of the nights that you studied, all of the days that you stressed over legal concepts that challenged you, stress from professors that pushed you only to strengthen you. Yeah, think about all the sacrifices of time. Yeah, time from children, spouses, family, and friends, all those financial aid battles, don't you know? Yeah, but this meditation isn't just for these JDs. It's a meditation for all the mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, husbands, wives, all of you that are gathered in this community of support today. So meditate on all the love that you have given them, the support that you provided them, money that you spent, and all of the dreams that are fulfilled in this moment here today. Maybe you're not like me, but when I think on these things, yeah, even in this dignified venue, my meditation wants to take action. Yeah, my eyes begin to well up and it gets harder to keep my seat. So whatever action your meditation brings you to, take this moment and meditate on. If your meditation is silent reflection, just keep meditating. If your meditation is fighting back tears of joy, you have my permission to release those tears and cry on. Maybe your meditation wants to jump up and shout because somehow you made it here today. Yeah, whatever action your meditation is producing, take this minute and meditate on. But as for me, yeah, when I think about these past 4 years, when I think of the stress from studying in the midnight hour to work the next day, when I think on the many times that there was more month than money and financial aid was running late. I don't know about you, but when I think of how I made it here today, it was nobody but the Lord. Yeah, and my considered thoughts become a practice of praise. Maybe it wasn't him for you, and that's okay, but my meditation forms into prayer. So if you meditate like me, let's meditate in action together. Lord, we thank you for your love, for your power that kept strengthened and provided for me and my neighbors at the same time. Thank you for our families. Thank you for our friends. Thank you for the systems of support that encouraged and motivated us along this journey. Thank you for this place called FAMU Law. Yeah, for the good times and the bad times, for it shaped our testimony and strengthened us to run this race. Thank you for our professors and administrators that guided and directed us through these unprecedented times. But now as we transition to the next stage and phases of our lives, give us what we need individually and collectively. Lord, bless us with employment. Keep us steadfast in our studies for the bar. Continue to provide for our families' welfare in our absence just a little while longer. And we thank you for all that you've done up to this day. We stand personally give you the praise, the honor, and the glory. And if your meditation is like mine, say amen, amen, and amen. Go Rattler.
Thank you. We are here to recognize and celebrate the 2022-2023 graduating class members who have completed or soon will complete their program of study at the FAMU College of Law. We are honored to have all of you here to join us in this celebration. There are a few housekeeping rules that I need to announce. To ensure that all guests can enjoy the program, please remain seated during the program, especially during the hooding. If you must leave the room, please exit quietly. Thank you, and we appreciate your cooperation. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce some of our platform guests. Please hold all applause until the introductions are completed. Beginning at my far right is Nicholas Jones, Assistant Dean of Student Affairs. Then we have Randolph Relaford, Associate Dean for Career Planning and Professional Development, followed by Reginald Green, Associate Dean for Student Services and Administration. Then we have Marquita Cooper, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Next, we have Dr. Allison Watson, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Trustee Anne Marie Cavazos, a member of the FAMU Board of Trustees and the President of the Faculty Senate, followed by Dr. Larry Robinson, President of Florida A&M University. Next is Trustee Devron Gibbons, a 2016 College of Law graduate and the first law grad to serve on the FAMU Board of Trustees. Next, we have Trustee Otis Klatt II, a member of the FAMU Board of Trustees who chairs the Special Committee on the Law School. And we have our keynote speaker, the Honorable Faye Allen, a judge with the Ninth Judicial Circuit. To my left are the esteemed College of Law faculty. Please welcome our platform guests and faculty. Now, Trustees Klatt, Cavazos, and Gibbons will bring remarks on behalf of the FAMU Board of Trustees in that order.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, come on. I know the dean gave the administrative stuff, and it may have lulled some of you to sleep. But after that wonderful message of meditation and prayer, I expected a much better good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, thank you. So first, are there any rattlers besides myself in the house? Excellent, excellent, excellent. To President Robinson, Dean Keller, the FAMU College of Law leadership team, faculty, staff, to our distinguished speaker, and to the spring graduates, it is my honor to bring you greetings on behalf of the Florida A&M University Board of Trustees. Welcome to a new beginning, new moments, a new time in your lives. Commencement is the act of starting out or blazing a new trail. This morning's ceremony is not the end of your time at FAMU, but it represents new opportunities to blaze your new trail. You set out on a goal years ago, and today is the culmination, the acknowledgement, the visual realization that you have achieved that goal. You are FAMU College of Law graduates and should give yourselves a round of applause. Now, graduates, please remember your support team. Those key people who helped you along the way and were there for you when you needed money, when you needed food, when you needed babysitters, when you needed someone to help you study. Let's give that group of support system a rounding applause as well. So graduates, as you cross this stage, remember the words of the late Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm, who said, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth." Let your lives be of service. Lift up others. And as the faculty and staff of FAMU has done for you, help someone else along the way. Then, as the song says, your living will not have been in vain. As you launch out on your careers, be a stepping stone, not a stumbling block for someone else. Move with all deliberate speed. Go forth and achieve the goals you've set for yourself and your family. There will be a challenge along the way. The journey will not always be easy or smooth. But remember, life's challenges are merely quizzes and exams, which lead to continued greater rewards. Today, your ticket. Your dream is not deferred. You are ready for the world. Congratulations, class of 2023. Now go and pass the bar the first time and make us proud.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, class of 2022-23. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and President of the Faculty Senate, I bring greetings to you and to our distinguished faculty, some of which are here today, and you know all the others, President Robinson, Provost Watson, Dean Keller, staff, honored guests, families, and most importantly, the esteemed law school graduates of Florida A&M College of Law 2022-23. You need to applaud yourself. It is with great pleasure and immense pride that I stand before you today as we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives. This day marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of legal knowledge. But let us not forget the support of the faculty and the sacrifices of your families and friends who have stood by you throughout this arduous journey. They have been your pillars of strength, offering unwavering support, understanding your long hours of study, and providing the encouragement you needed to persevere. Today, you share this triumph with them for their love and unwavering belief in you, because they have been the driving force behind your success. As you prepare to embark on the next chapter of your life with your Juris Doctorate degree, let us remember that you have been entrusted with a great responsibility. The law is not just a profession, it is a powerful tool for change. It is a mechanism through which we can fight for justice, defend the rights of the vulnerable, and uphold the principles that underpin a just society. We are living in a pivotal moment in history, and much has happened in our nation in the last 6 years. In a world that is often marked by division and discord, you must strive to be the voices of reason, compassion, and fairness. You must use your legal education not just for personal gain, but to bring about positive change in our communities and the world at large. Whether you choose to advocate for the marginalized, work in the public sector, or contribute to the corporate realm, let us always remember that you have the power to make a difference. Embrace the immense power you now hold as future legal practitioners, but wield it with great humility and integrity. At the end of the day, you are a public servant. And I want to leave you with a thought from Maya Angelou. If you don't know where you've come from, you don't know where you're going. I have respect for the past, but I'm a person of the moment. I am here, and I do my best to be completely centered at the place I'm at. Then I go forward to the next place. Remember this moment. Remember who you're sitting next to. In time, cherish it and celebrate it. Tomorrow, you need to start studying for the Florida bar. So celebrate today and enjoy the rest of the time. My prayer is with each and every one of you, and I'm here, we are all here, the faculty. If you need us for any guidance, do not hesitate. You have most of our personal cell phones. So please utilize it. God bless you, and again, congratulations to the class of 2022-23. Amen.
Good morning. Oh, you can do better than that. Trustee Klatt already told me you can do better than that. Good morning. I am so glad and so happy to be with you today as someone who sat in your seats and wanting to address you and is going to address you. But I will tell you, I know you're sitting there thinking about IRAC, CRAC. Dean Jones would make us do so many things we were trying to get ready for the bar, so we want to be one and done. We've thanked all the people. Mr. President, thank you for having us and having this event in the College of Law. But I just want to say to all the parents, family, and friends, and including you graduates, you have a lot to be thankful for. You have a lot to be proud of. You just graduated from the biggest, baddest, boldest law school in the nation at HBCU. Oh, you can do better than that. This is Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University College of Law. Be an organic disruptor. Have the bold audacity to believe that you can go out and open a business, help other businesses. Be bold and unapologetic. Stay the course. Don't be deterred by people who don't believe in you or those who won't back your vision. God gives you those who can't value you and your vision because guess what? It's the job of the enemy to make sure that we have a struggle. That means success will be that much sweeter. I'll leave you with two thoughts. One is the lawyer that can frame the argument the best will always win. And in the great words of Charles Hamilton Houston, who was the dean at the Howard School of Law and the mentor to the great jurist and Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, a lawyer is either a social engineer or a parasite. Choose which one you'll be.
Thank you, Trustees Klatt, Cavazos, and Gibbons for those remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Dr. Larry Robinson, the 12th President of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, who will now bring us greetings.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Dean Keller, for allowing me to say a few words this morning. Congratulations first to this class of 2022-2023 for all of the things that you've done to get to this point. Before I begin, I want to tell you I have to be cautious this morning because I'm speaking behind 4 of my bosses, and so I can't upstage them. So I'm going to dumb this down a little bit. I also want to recognize my wife, Sharon Hollowell Robinson, of 38 years, your First Lady. Sharon, would you please stand? Thank you very much. And so it's really my honor to be with you this morning for this 18th annual hooding ceremony, honoring somewhere on the order of 100 candidates, including graduates from the fall 2022 and the spring 2023 classes, along with prospective summer 2023 graduates as well. This is a significant moment in the history of Florida A&M University and this law school because you are the 21-year-old class, right? So y'all are fully grown now, right? Y'all are fully grown. So congratulations to all of you. But this law school class, those of you who came in 2021, you entered at a time when we're in the midst of the worst global pandemic we've had on the planet since over 100 years. Yet, we all had to pivot, along with the faculty, staff, and administrators, to remote learning and everything else that we had to do differently to continue to maintain the integrity of this program and so many others. It was tough, right? We lost loved ones, neighbors, and colleagues. We were staggered, but look at you now. Right? Congratulations, you made it through. Thank you for your perseverance. During your 3 years here at the law school, you witnessed the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Dante Wright, and saw in those instances why you are so desperately needed in this society. Like me, you were inspired by the elevation of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson to the United States Supreme Court. It showed you the depth and breadth of the American dream and that there is a place in it for all of us. You witnessed the unveiling of a plaque in Tallahassee, Florida, on the main campus, honoring the original 57 graduates of this law school. Today, you stand on their shoulders as well as 2,600 other graduates of this law school. You have a lot to be proud of. The FAMU Law School legacy is rich. It claims CEOs, judges, managing partners, mayors, legislators, general counsels, civil rights leaders, and change agents in every endeavor imaginable. Today, you will join them by bringing your talents to the world that needs you so dearly. As you move from your hooding ceremony today through your next steps, remember to keep the FAMU spirit of love and charity in your hearts. Remember to proudly display that FAMU is the place where you receive your degree. And the next time somebody asks you, are there any rattlers in the house, I want everybody here to say, are there any rattlers in the house? Well, that's a good start, but y'all gonna have to do better than that, right? Okay. October the 3rd, 1887. A little bit better. Now let's try it again. When the dark clouds gather on the horizon, when thunder and lightning fill the skies, when fate is but a glint in the eye of a falling rattler, and hope's a lost friend, when the sound of the chest grows weary from those hard-charging linebackers, and the muscles in the legs grow tired from those hard-charging running backs, you must always remember that the FAMU law graduates will strike and strike and strike again. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Robinson, for those greetings. It is now time to welcome our student speaker, Miss Amanda Hunter. Amanda Elizabeth Hunter was born and raised in Voorhees, New Jersey, graduating from Eastern Regional High School in 2012. In 2016, she received her Bachelor of Arts degree in history from Spelman College, while also studying abroad in Barcelona, Spain. She is a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. After graduating from college, Ms. Hunter was a legal assistant and office manager at the law offices of Robert Kenner Jr. in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and she volunteered with the Georgia Association of Black Women Attorneys. She was the youngest member in a leadership role. At the FAMU College of Law, Ms. Hunter was in the Scale program, on the Dean's List, a member of the Moot Court team, a member of the Black Law Students Association, and co-chair for the Student Bar Association's Community Service and Engagement Committee. As co-chair, she partnered with Paul C. Perkins Bar Association for a trunk or treat project for children in the community. She collaborated with the Criminal Law Society for a successful panel regarding prosecution and criminal defense, and fulfilled her gratitude initiative by creating and giving thank you cards to support staff in the school. She also organized many trips to the local food bank. When she was not engrossed in her studies or extracurricular activities, Ms. Hunter worked as the law clerk for the Honorable Faye Allen and at Seasons 52. She also interned at the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office and the Camden County Prosecutor's Office in New Jersey during her summers. While at Camden County Prosecutor's Office, Ms. Hunter argued on the record before several judges and many skilled defense attorneys regarding cases of attempted murder, domestic violence, sexual assault, narcotics, and major crimes. Upon graduation and passing the bar, Ms. Hunter will accept a position with the Bronx District Attorney's Office in New York as an assistant district attorney. Please welcome the 2023 Pudding Student Speaker, Amanda Hunter.
Good morning, President Robinson, Dean Keller, trustees, faculty, staff, family, friends, and to the resilient class of 2023. Before I begin, I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms and aunts and influential women in our lives. And a very special Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Ramona Pearson Hunter. If it was not for God and you in my corner, I would not be here today. Now, as I was reminiscing on our time at the College of Law, 3 words came to my mind that my mother told me when I was accepted into law school. Those words were persistence, perseverance, and possibilities. Let's start with the word persistence. Persistence means the ability to continue a course of action despite the obstacles that one will face. My fellow Rattlers, we are all too familiar with what it means to be persistent. For instance, our very first year in law school, we began the most difficult academic programs in the midst of a deadly global pandemic. The world was in a panic. The senseless killing of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many others. Legislators putting party over country. An insurrection on our nation's capital, the passing of loved ones, and on top of all of that, trying to understand the rules against perpetuity. Professor Reeves, I'm still trying to this day. That occurred in our very first year, and it could have caused many people to throw in the towel. Unfortunately, some people could not push past those struggles. In orientation, we were told to look to the Zoom box to our left and to our right. That person will not be here today. So I ask you, graduates, look to your left and to your right. We here, we made it. Despite all the tears, negative thoughts, and significant changes in our nation's laws, we were persistent, and now we have persevered. The next word my mother told me was obviously perseverance. And it reminded me of a quote by Nelson Mandela, and it says, "It always seems impossible until it is done." We have examples of individuals who have persevered, like Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first Black woman Supreme Court Justice of the United States of America. We have Vice President Kamala Harris, the first Black South Asian woman Vice President of this United States of America. Rattlers, look at us. We have persevered. We have made it to the day we have all dreamed of. We have fulfilled our ancestors' wildest dreams. Without the love and support from our friends and family, we would not be able to stand here today. So let's give them a round of applause, why don't we? Now give a round of applause for yourself and make it nice and loud. All right. We have conquered law school, and we fought this battle alongside one another. If it wasn't for rock star classmates like Tiana Loving, Destiny Hibbler, Taissa Heath, Brianna Bell, Castiana Duvernay, Brianna Davis, Torvari Williams, and Zykeria Martin, this would have been impossible without you. Also, I'd like to thank our professors who saw our potential and dared us to be great and to excel. So thank you, professors. Now, the last word my mother told me was possibilities. I love this quote by Oprah Winfrey. It says, "You are where you are in life because of what you believe is possible for yourself." Now, possibilities can go both ways. If you believe it, you can achieve it, of course. However, never give others the possibility to silence you. Do everything you can in your power to speak up for yourself and others, because there are people looking for every opportunity to stop you from fulfilling your destiny. Never forget, we are rattlers for justice, And it's our choice to change this world. We must galvanize and fight against hate and what is wrong, and uplift truth and justice. Never give in to the harshness of this world, but lead with kindness to leave this world a better place than we found it. Rattlers, we have fought the good fight. We have finished the course, and we have kept the faith. Now, before I take my seat, I just have to say I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. It's just something about our class. It reminds me of the saying on social media, on the Twitters and the Instagram of it all, and they say we built different. Does anyone remember that? So if you don't know what that means, it means this world is full of trials and tribulations that would break many, but not you. Right? We have that it factor, that swag. Well, class of 2023, we built different. And tell the people, don't play with it. And always remember, we have been persistent. We have persevered. And one can only imagine the possibilities that await us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hunter. I now have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker. Judge Faye Allen was appointed to serve as county judge for the 9th Judicial Circuit, Orange County, in 2005. She was born and raised in Quincy, Florida. Judge Allen received her undergraduate degree from Florida A&M University in 1987 and her Juris Doctor degree from Florida State University in 1990. She is dedicated to enhancing the legal profession through volunteerism, mentoring, and teaching. She often volunteers as a mock trial judge with students ranging from elementary school to law school. She has served as faculty with the Florida Judicial College, Conference of County Court Judges of Florida, the Minority Skills Training Program at the Orange County Courthouse, and as adjunct professor at Florida A&M University College of Law, and business law instructor at Valencia College. Judge Allen is a recipient of several notable awards, including the Hispanic Bar Association Jurist of the Year Award, the Paul C. Perkins Bar Association Jurist of the Year Award, and the James G. Glazebrook Memorial Bar Service Award presented by the Orange County Bar Association. She has presided in criminal and civil divisions of the county court. In addition to being a judge, she is a poet and author, a licensed minister, and a mother. Finally, she serves as the vice chair of the FAMU College of Law's Dean's Advisory Council. Please welcome the Honorable Faye Allen.
Wow. Good morning, everyone. Dean Keller. Oh, before I do that, Professor Robinson, Dr. Robinson, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to strike, and strike again, because I haven't done that in quite some time. So thank you for that. Dean Keller, I want to thank you for that introduction. I'm really honored to be here today. Thank you for inviting me. Greetings to President Robinson, the Associate Deans, faculty, staff, and all the guests. This is indeed a momentous occasion for the students, graduates of 2022-2023. Amanda, you are an extraordinary young woman, and you are an awesome law clerk, and I know you're destined for great and wonderful things. Let me start by saying that I do love the college that sits on the highest of 7 hills in Tallahassee, Florida, and so by extension, I love the law school as well. I attended the college, and then I sent my beautiful daughter to that college. Well, I had no choice. She was going whether I sent her or not. We both desired to go to an HBCU, and Florida A&M University was the logical choice. Because I grew up in Quincy, Florida, which is only about 20 miles from the FAMU campus. I still feel very connected to both the FAMU campus in Tallahassee as well as the law school here today. I love my students, the ones that I teach, the ones that I mentor. If I've taught you or mentored you, can you stand right now? Awesome, awesome. These are my students, guys. It's good to see you all today. I want to encourage you all, not just the students that I taught and mentored, but every single one of you to embrace your greatness. This is your time. You're almost finished, and you've got this, but you're almost finished. Think of this as a relay race, and you're holding a baton. And you're holding the baton, and as you head towards the finish line, you don't want to drop that baton. So that means that you got to hold on tight. The closer you get to that finish line, hold on tight and keep on going. Every time you hear me say drop the baton, I want you to do something for me, grads. I want you to scream. I want you to yell as if I am your favorite athlete and you're my cheerleading squad. Now, don't drop the baton. I heard you. Your path is freshly ahead of you as you celebrate this milestone. You deserve to celebrate after the last 3 or 4 years that you spent immersed in studying. You had study groups, or you should have. You researched, you wrote, you supported one another, cried with one another, but what happens at the law school stays at the law school, right? I hope you've developed many friendships and relationships that will endure throughout your legal career, because you've chosen an honorable career path. This is a profession that's as old as time. As attorneys, you're going to have the potential to affect many lives. And as you reflect on where you have been, and as you anticipate where you are going, you should be excited about the opportunities ahead of you in law and in life. However, I don't want you to not drop the baton. I heard you. Over the course of my life, I've had many memorable experiences and learned many, many lessons. One important lesson that I've learned is that when we least expect it, something unforeseen, unpredicted, unforced, and unchangeable can happen. And if you're not prepared, you could lose your forward momentum. Graduates, I have walked in your shoes, so I feel privileged to encourage you today to remain focused. Prepare for what you know is coming, like your future depends on it, because it does. If you prepare well for what you know is ahead, you will be better equipped to adjust to unknown and unforeseen events. Because the fact is, there are just some things that we cannot prepare for. On June 16, 1990, my family and I faced something that we could not have prepared for. Only a month after my graduation from law school and a couple of weeks after I had begun a full-time job as certified legal intern at the public defender's office, I received some distressing news that my parents had been in a bad car accident. My mother's neck was broken. My family's entire world was turned upside down by that accident. Did you catch the date? June 16th, 1990. I just graduated from law school. The bar was less than 2 months away. The stress and anxiety was very overwhelming for me because I loved my mother. We have a wonderful relationship, but I had to keep my eyes on the target. I could not drop the baton. You can yell. I had to remain focused and believe that I could still do the studying and the preparation that was necessary for me to pass the bar. I put myself on a strict work schedule. I put myself on a strict study schedule, and graduates, it paid off. I am so thankful that my mother encouraged me. She had stopped school when she was only 16 years old. She did so out of the need to care for her infant brother. My grandmother had died suddenly. When my grandmother died, my mother's life was turned upside down. She always wanted to become a professional, but she was unable to do so because she had to stop and raise an infant brother. It would be 20 plus years before my mother would be able to join an adult evening class to get her diploma. She knew how difficult it was to refocus once you become sidetracked, and she simply did not want me to lose my momentum. I hope none of you face an unexpected hardship like what I did, so I'm encouraging you to prepare for that bar exam, make it your #1 priority, organize your thoughts, take as many practice exams as you can. You should have a set routine like I did for the next 8 to 10 weeks. Use that almighty smartphone to keep yourself on schedule and push for success like your future depends upon it, because it does. I am so grateful for the encouragement of my mother. Grads, I want to just give you a piece of advice, and that is to always honor your parents. They may not be perfect, but they support you. They are your biggest fan. And frankly, they gave you life, so that's reason enough, right? Take a moment right now and just give a round of applause to all your parents, guardians, support people, anybody that showed you some love while you were in law school. Because of my mother's support, I was able to begin my legal career without delay. That means I took the bar and I actually passed it, even with the stress and anxiety that was overwhelming me in that month and a half before I took it. And I just want to issue a challenge to you all today. And it's an easy challenge because I already gave you the answer. As you're preparing for the Florida bar exam, Georgia bar, New York bar, whatever bar you are taking, do not drop the baton. Now, I've had a very fulfilling career, first as an attorney, and of course now as a judge, but it was not always easy, starting with the circumstances surrounding my graduation, my parents' accident, and my having to refocus and studying for the bar. When I felt the calling to become a judge, I knew it wouldn't be easy because I started sharing the idea of me becoming a judge with friends and family members, and people just didn't believe that I would be able to do it. Not because they didn't believe in me, but they just didn't believe in the system, and they thought that I wouldn't be able to navigate it. Some considered me to be shy. They were wrong. Some considered me to be somewhat introverted. They were somewhat correct, but not to the extent that it would cause me to not follow my dreams and to do what it took for me to reach my goals. And some considered that they just didn't want to see me be disappointed. So these were well-meaning people. So when I told them that I wanted to become a judge and they pointed out all of the difficulties in the process, that was to me a challenge. All you're doing is issuing me a challenge so I know what I have to do so that I can become a judge. Same thing with becoming a lawyer. And I'm issuing that same challenge to you today. Whatever it takes, you pass that bar. Did you all hear me? Yes? Don't drop the baton. All right, I'm only going to say it one more time, because I think you guys are kind of getting it now, right? You got it. When people suggest that I not set my sights on something, as I said, all that does to me is issue a challenge to me, because I know what is within me, and I believe that you all know what is within you. When they told me I didn't have the background to become a judge, I knew they were wrong, because a young girl from a small country town up in North Florida can educate herself enough to become an attorney. And if I can educate myself to become an attorney, then of course I should be able to educate myself enough to develop a strategy to become a judge. So another piece of advice I would like to give you is, when people tell you that you cannot do something, do it anyway, just to prove them wrong, okay? They also told me I wasn't connected to any powerful people, and that it takes powerful people to help you become a judge, especially considering the fact that I went through the appointment process rather than the election process. But they were wrong about that too. I actually was connected to many powerful people. The first powerful person that I was connected to was actually not a person. It actually was the entity that I worship and that I serve above. And if you don't worship and serve my entity, that's okay. That's the powerful entity that helped me. It was prayer and diligence that got me through the process. Next, I was volunteering in the community in elections and community events and fairs. And guess who volunteers? Leaders volunteer. Politicians volunteer. Professors volunteer. Community organizers volunteer. So while I was out volunteering, I was meeting powerful people. But the thing is I was a powerful person because powerful people volunteer. Did you catch that? Class of 2022-2023? Yes? My daughter would go with me. Many times we would skip our own Thanksgiving to go and bring food boxes to the poor and the hungry. She loved it. One day we went to a house and there were puppies, and she thought that we could stop delivering food boxes and just play with the puppies. So you never know who you're going to meet when you're lending your time, your talents, and your abilities in the community, including important people who may lend their name to yours when you decide that you want to reach a higher level in your career. So another piece of advice is volunteer. I also began to educate myself on what it would take to be appointed as a judge. I met with other judges, and especially my favorite judge, Judge John Adams. I met with him, talked with him, just basically picked his brain about what I would need to do to be in the same seat that he was in. And graduates, when you see something that you want to accomplish, find someone who's already doing it and someone who's willing to share and communicate with you about what it would take for you to accomplish the same goals. I absolutely believe that part of my success is due to the guidance and the support of Judge John Adams. But I could never have gotten to the place where I did if I didn't believe in myself first. Because judges are granted enormous power and responsibility, I wanted to be sure that I was ready for this job. As a judge, the first duty is to follow the law and legal precedent. But legal issues are not presented in a vacuum. You all have learned that. So rulings must consider the law applied to the facts. And when I look at facts, I must observe and listen with care and compassion. Life experiences come into play. As a judge, I would have the power to take away someone's home. That's a big responsibility. The power to take away someone's child. That is a big responsibility. The power to grant freedom or impose incarceration. That is a big responsibility. I had to feel like I was ready to take on a responsibility like that, or I would not have believed I was capable of sitting in a seat on the bench where I was responsible for judging others. I believe that each and every one of you has the exact same confidence that I had and the exact same diligence that I had to decide what you want to do in life and go for it. In cases that come before me, the parties are looking to the judge. They're looking to me to make wise decisions. But more than wise decisions, they want me to make the correct decision. So I had to feel that I would be able to satisfy the constituents by making wise and correct decisions. I have done that now since 2005. And as you know, we're in the year 2023. Not once has anyone run against me to take my seat. So I feel like the people who I serve must think I'm doing a good job. And I want you to feel like whatever you decide to do in life, that you are doing a good job. Long before I petitioned to become a judge, I had to believe I was the right person to do it. 15 years, in fact, before I became a judge, I began the process of preparing myself to do that job because I knew that I would be handling cases that affect the lives and the circumstances of people. And I had to believe that I could do it with care, with compassion, and without losing the respect of the people who I serve. As you prepare to enter into this honored profession, I want to repeat something I said earlier, and that is that you should embrace the greatness within you. No person can claim success without recognizing those whose shoulders that we all stand upon. But for just this one moment in time, I want you to just lift yourself up. I want you to applaud yourself. You are all law graduates. That means that you have done an awesome and a wonderful thing. Yes, go ahead and applaud yourself. Each one of you sitting there have unique abilities, and I believe unique interests. There is a case, a conflict, a controversy. There's a question of law that's designed specifically for your individual talents and interests. To embrace your greatness, you must endorse or confirm your voice in the things that you are interested in. By endorsing your voice, I mean that you must acknowledge that you have something important to say. You can't say it as a lawyer unless you pass the bar. So it's your destiny, I believe, that the voice you've discovered as law students today will be applied in cases and outcomes tomorrow. For me, endorsing my voice came at a very young age, and yours may have already come to you as well. I was actually still in the early years of secondary school when I realized that I could actually stand up for someone other than myself, and things would happen. I actually stood up for a child. He was disabled, and no one would allow him to play in sports. After advocating for him, and the coach agreeing that he would be allowed to participate in sports, I was so happy for that kid. And I began to transform from a person who sat in the corner and who observed to someone who spoke out about the things that I believed in. And when I spoke out for a child who could not play in sports, I actually changed the world. Or at least I changed the playground that day. But I changed my world. I changed my world, and I transformed my way of thinking, and I empowered myself, and I implore you to do the same. Find out what you are passionate about. If it's helping other people, then be a person who helps someone else, not a lawyer who helps someone else, a person who helps someone else. And if you're a person who helps someone else, then you're going to be a lawyer who helps someone else. Then you can become a judge who helps someone else, or a senator who helps someone else. Just believe that your voice matters. Law graduates of 2023, you've already begun to embrace your greatness, and you did it by choosing to become an attorney. By becoming an attorney, you have elevated your voice to another level. When you pass that bar, you're going to do some awesome things. But before you get to that point of practicing law, there are going to be some more tests that tax your mental acuity, tests that challenge your physical ability, tests that affect you at the very core of your emotional and spiritual being. And you might feel like you want to quit, but I encourage you, don't quit. Don't quit. The finish line is just around the corner. The most important test is being great when you need to be. As an attorney, Justice Thurgood Marshall is a good example of the greatness that we should all aspire to. He needed to be great during a very specific time in our history, and that was the Civil Rights era. He became a visible and a forceful voice for the NAACP, and he spoke for accused persons and falsely accused persons. He fought many uphill battles, but he was committed to speak for people and for causes that were bigger than himself. He found his passion and he followed it. I implore each of you to find your passion in the law and follow it. And in doing so, you can become a hero. Graduates, just like with Thurgood Marshall, there are always going to be battles for you to fight. When you stand up for what is right, you will be a great hero, whether anyone else recognizes you as such or not. I challenge each of you today to just stand up and let your voice be heard. Speak out when it's time for you to do so, and don't let the moment pass. Your generation, as well as future generations, need your voice. Your generation experienced a seismic shift in health and education and social norms as we know them because of that devastating COVID-19. Something that no one living at this time had ever seen before, and something that tore at the fabric of our collective sense of security. Even advanced world nations were not prepared for COVID-19, but your generation had to be prepared for it. Your generation is impacted by collisions of a society that embraces new norms while simultaneously maintaining the status quo. I hope you know what I mean by that. It's moving forward, yet reverting back to old and discarded ways. Your generation has borne the impact to your private lives and your psychological health by the ubiquity of the internet and social media. And don't get me wrong, I have an Instagram account that I hardly ever post anything on, but I have one. But no one is giving you the tools as to how to maintain your social and your emotional health with the use of the internet and social media. So you have to figure it out yourself. Your generation has a front row seat in real time to the use of artificial intelligence. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and yet even some creators of AI are sounding warning bells if this technology is not properly regulated. And I just read a few weeks ago that there's a company that's demoed an artificial intelligence to draft lawsuits. Is your job in jeopardy? I think not, because there's no computer on the face of this earth that can be a better lawyer than the graduates of Florida A&M University College of Law 2022 and 2023. And when someone tells you, I don't want to pay you the money that it takes because I can go and have my lawsuit drafted by a computer, you tell them that, okay? Your generation is in an awkward position because you are destined for successful careers, yet you may deal with this dynamic of graduating from college and law school and making money but still living at home with your parents, which is okay. I'm not knocking it, it's okay. But it's kind of weird because of the fact that you are successful. You're experiencing a time where there's much abundance, but there's also much uncertainty. And law grads of 2023, you're coming of professional age in a time of great societal unrest and discord. And it reminds me of the civil unrest of the 1960s when Thurgood Marshall made his mark. These are real life impacts from complex problems. When legal issues arise, somebody is going to need a lawyer. You've been educated, and after you pass the bar in July, I hope you believe that you will be ready to take on their cases. Whether it be, yes, that's right, be confident about that. Whether it be the upcoming bar exam or something else in your career path or just life in general, the field of competition is expanding. It's expanding when you leave the classrooms of Florida A&M University College of Law behind, because you are going to be competing with law schools all over the state and law students all over the nation when you take that bar. That means the odds are going to be heightened. Therefore, your focus must also be heightened. Your dedication must be even more intense, just like my dedication had to be more intense when my mom was lying in a hospital bed in South Carolina and I was trying to study and pass a bar in Orlando. All right, and that's not even a law student clapping. Thank you, person, thank you. In our society, she's my support person. I planted a support person in the audience, guys. It's usually my daughter, but I got somebody different today. In our society and in the world at large, great people are defined or designated often based on how other people view them. That means what society thinks is what is determined as great. It's based on career accomplishments sometimes, or people who stand out in sports. And I know that one of my students is graduating, and I am not allowed to say who the greatest of all time basketball player is, but it's Michael Jordan. And if there, sorry generation, I know to you it's LeBron James. See, I can say his name too. Sometimes people think that successful actors or singers are great, or people who are born wealthy are great. But in all of these examples, they're chosen by something outward that maybe they were able to accomplish, but also that maybe they were born with. But I think that there are other definitions of greatness. It's important that we recognize people for their abilities and their accomplishments, but while we're giving awards to the greatest of all time football players and gymnastics and acting, we need to also consider that greatness comes because of dedication and hard work that we may not be able to see or we may not be able to measure. You are able to attend this institution because of great people. Great men and women fought for legislation to reestablish this school that you are graduating from today. Without that dedication, there would be no Florida A&M University College of Law. So you should be thanking them for what they did so that you could graduate today. And it puts you in the position of becoming the greatest of all time lawyer in your area of legal practice. When we value ourselves solely based upon recognitions conferred by people, then we feel honored only because someone else tells us that we're honored. But that's flawed thinking. And the reason why it's flawed thinking is because honor conferred by people can be taken away by people. One mistake can cause irreversible harm to your reputation. One wrong post on social media will upend a career. And let me digress here just to give you one more piece of advice that you are already aware of. Watch what you post online from here forward. Take the time to assess, and you can go backwards too and delete some posts. You know that, right? Take the time to assess and reflect if your post is educational and enlightening, or if it's inflammatory or unhelpful to you or others, or if you wouldn't want a client to see it. If it's the latter, I hope you don't post it or you take it down. I know each of you has your own individual style, but accept right now that part of your brand must be your professional standing as a law graduate today and as an attorney or a professor or even as a judge in the future. Federal judges don't have posts on the internet that someone could look at and deem as offensive. I do encourage you today to embrace your greatness. Embrace it in yourself, not because of an award that someone may give you or a recognition. Embrace it in yourself because of your strength, your generosity, your fearlessness, your hard work. You're sitting here today because you work hard. You're sitting here today because you focused. Something inspired you to come to law school. And I believe you've already found a place to nurture your greatness. You're going to have a lot of opportunities in life to confront inequities. It may be as close as your inner circle, and certainly you're going to find some inequities throughout the world. But don't wait. Don't wait for someone else to act. Don't wait for someone else to speak. Don't wait for someone else's consent. No one ever needs to give you permission to do the right thing or say the right thing. One last thing I want to tell you about is elevating your voice. When you embrace your greatness, you also have to sometimes elevate your voice. By that, I don't mean speak with more volume, but speak with greater authority. You speak with authority by educating yourself. Educate yourself so that what you say resonates with listeners. Study and research the issues and be ready to defend your position in law and in life. Greater education will equate to greater impact, and greater impact means there's a greater opportunity to affect change. As law students, you are change artists. You can change the law, but you can't change it just by saying it. You have to go in court and argue and convince a judge, yes, convince a judge to find that law unconstitutional. You've taken the classes, but before taking any of these classes in law school, it's unlikely that you would have been able to speak persuasively about them. You learn how to write like a lawyer, and you do that for a reason. This method is proven to persuade the courts. These subjects are taught so that you can persuade people like me to your side. As attorneys, you're going to need to embrace knowledge to elevate your voice. You're going to need to come before the judge, and you're going to need to be able to cite to case law. And you're also going to be following the oath that you swear when you are sworn into a bar, particularly the Florida bar, to act with reasonable diligence in representing your clients. When you represent your client, you must use knowledge to represent them effectively. You cannot go into court on just what you learned in law school because the law is ever changing. It is not static. You must constantly seek knowledge. Supreme Court Justice Joseph Story wrote in 1829 that the law is a jealous mistress and requires a long and constant courtship. That means to advocate successfully for your clients in court, attorneys must continuously research and study changes in the law. Because as lawyers, you have broad reach and influence. Every attorney speaks for other people, whether it be as a litigator or corporate lawyer, whether it be as an appellate counsel, a public defender, or a state attorney. Attorneys substitute their voices for the voices of their clients. As a judge, when attorneys come before me and I can tell that they're knowledgeable and prepared, it causes me to listen. And when they're confident in their case law, I listen to them. When they're confirmed in their convictions and they seem to believe in the position that they're expounding, then it's instinctive for me to at least want to rule in their favor, even if I ultimately do not do so. Lawyers who make educated and inspired arguments can then inspire judges. You can inspire juries. Those who believe in their position, whether lawyers or not, can influence peers and can influence the public. Yes, you must be aware of people who don't believe in your abilities. You must be aware of people who feel like issues or causes are too great for you or they're too difficult for them to understand. But those people don't know you, do they? They don't know your accomplishments. They don't know your power, and they don't know your greatness. Do not allow, class of 2022-2023, do not allow people to ascribe their own views and thoughts to the tiny glimpses that they have from your life. They don't know you like you know you. When I decided I wanted to become an attorney, it was at a time when I actually was a small child. So I don't blame the people who told me that they didn't think that I was going to be capable of doing that. They really didn't know. And I was a kid. I was too young to really defend my position. But it mattered enough to me that I went and I tried to speak to lawyers or judges or people who were in the know so that I could go back to those who were concerned about me becoming an attorney, and I could disprove their misconstrued thoughts. The biggest misconstruction that people seem to have when I was growing up was that lawyers had to lie. That's not true. Lawyers never have to lie, and I just wanted to make sure that I told you all that. Lawyers never have to lie. Never feel like you have to do that to win your case. I want to leave you with just a few thoughts. Class of 2023, you are where you are today because you believed in yourself. I've given you some tidbits that I hope will help you as you go out into the world, as you begin to take cases, as you begin to embrace the greatness that is within you. And I think you can go ahead on and do it right now. Embrace your greatness right now. But true greatness is only perfected when powerful people show compassion to powerless people. You're going to have a lot of power as an attorney, and I want you to use it to help others. Today is the opportunity for you to ascend to that next level. And I want to encourage each of you to stand up. Stand up for a case that no one else sees the injustice in, but you see it. Stand up and be formidable in a case that no one else wants to tackle, but you have the conviction to take it on. You are equipped and you are ready to be a strong voice for your clients and your causes. Class of 2022 and 2023, believe in yourself, believe you can make it. I believe you can, and I just want you to embrace your greatness, elevate your voice, speak with authority. And in a few months, I want to see you in the courtroom. I wish you the best in life, and I wish you the best of success.
Judge Allen, please join me back at the podium for a presentation. This plaque is presented to the Honorable Faye Allen in appreciation for serving as the featured speaker. The preparation for this day began years ago. I want to take this opportunity to recognize those individuals who have taught, advised, counseled, or otherwise worked with our graduates throughout the past 3 or 4 years. I'd like to have these individuals stand when recognized and remain standing. First, I'd like all faculty to stand and be recognized. Faculty. Faculty. Thank you. You may be seated. Now I'd like all staff to stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we will now recognize a few additional special guests. We'll begin by recognizing the elected officials. Will any elected or appointed officials or their representatives please stand and be recognized? Please stand. Thank you. Will all judges and justices please stand and be recognized? That includes you, Judge Allen. Thank you. Will all FAMU College of Law alumni please stand and be recognized? FAMU College of Law alums. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for attending. Will all Dean's Advisory Council members please stand and be recognized? Thank you for attending. Now, I am pleased to recognize a student who has continuously excelled academically at the College of Law. Mr. Gregory Marlowe is the 2023 valedictorian. On behalf of the faculty, students, and administration of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University and the College of Law, I want to recognize Mr. Marlowe for his outstanding academic achievements. Please join me on stage, Mr. Marlowe, to receive this recognition award, which we hope you will display prominently. Congratulations. I will now recognize Ms. Tracy Gervil for her service during the 2022-2023 academic year as the president of the Student Bar Association. Thank you so much for your dedicated service, Ms. Gervil. Please join me on stage to receive a special presentation. There you go. That's yours. For you. You're very welcome. We turn now to recognize the members of the graduating class. The candidates will be hooded by Professor Patricia Broussard, whom the class of 2022-2023 chose as their faculty hooder. She will be assisted by Associate Dean Reginald Green. Associate Dean Marquita Cooper will announce the names. The candidates will then be greeted by myself, Trustee Klatt, Trustee Gibbons, President Robinson, Trustee Cavazos, Judge Allen, and Interim Provost Watson as they proceed across the stage.
There we go. All right. Well, now it's really working. Good morning, everyone. This is the moment we have all been waiting for, and this amazing group of graduates has been really waiting for it. So let's give them a round of applause. It is my pleasure, my privilege, and my honor to introduce them to you as they get their footing done. So let's get this show on the road. Greg Marlowe. Daniel Anderson. Sorry, got a little excited there. I got them stacked up. Patrick Isidore. Tyra Maylon Stryker. Castiana Florice Duvernay. Amari Roberts. Tiana Dominique Loving. Destiny Maria Hibbler. William J. Womble. Tamara Gaynor. Brianna Emily Joy Bell. Lisette Pelot. Jair Jackson Hawkins. Amanda Elizabeth Hunter. Thaisa Heath. Tracy Gervo. Andrea Small. Alexis Garnett. Alejandra Esquivel. Laura Kravikas. Amira Adriana Sheikh Khalil. Christina Ibiena Iluma. Jonathan Tyler Summy. Marquise Drayshawn Dupree McMiller. Lucas James Lee. Vladimir Selyunis. Taylor Noel Brandt. Jennifer Lynn White. David Levis Mackey. Jennifer Koch. Matthew Ryan Wykes. Daniel Barton Poskovich II. Ryan Furman. Patrick Sloan. Zachary Miller. Cassidy Moth. Amanda Avila. Devin Burnett. Michelle Elizabeth Dubon. Leonardo Villegas III. Yusuf Khwaja. Justin Daniel Sharon. Maria Fernanda Valladares. Shane Broadstone. Frank Maurice Alston. Ariel Lamond. Sophie Joy Barrett. Bianca Cristina Cacho. Irina S. Ewing. Derek S. Gator. Quintera Shantae Sherman. Tavari Sade Williams. Aaliyah Leroy Robinson. Nakai J. White. Alec Rose. John Delbert Floyd II. Seth William Thomas. Noah Andrew Goldberg. Anna Christina Cook McQueen. Alba Manuela Suarez Angulo. Merjan Karim. Lisette Avance. Stephanie Bohigas. Khadija Marie Wright. Rebecca Burton. Brandon Jose. John Schneider. Madison Tyler Flanagan. Kelly McGill. Natalie Oko. Nicole Londano Rosado. Seth L. Smith. Ambry Barnes. Sayana Lacroix. Corey Tyree Carter. Sabine Valbrun. Tamila Monique Mompoint. Shakina M. Williams. Samantha Denise Shell. Christopher Chappell II. Jory Opera. Jordan Staten. Daniel Jefferson III. Taryn Ariane Lane. And Kivia Keandrea Taylor. Kevin Germosen. Brianna Tajane Davis. Alexandra Vieira. Tolu Lope Antinoke Agbula. Mariam Sharif Aidara. Zakaria Creatia Martin. Congratulations to each and every graduate, newly minted JDs from the FAMU College of Law, class of 22-23. Show them some love.
Now, we have come to another important part of our program, the time to congratulate and recognize some other special people. It's time to recognize those who contributed in so many ways to the achievements being celebrated here today. We need to thank all of you for your years of support and love. Will every parent of a member of the 2022-2023 graduating class please stand and be recognized and thanked? Will every grandparent of a member of the 2022-2023 graduating class please stand and be recognized and thanked? Will every spouse of a member of the 2022-2023 graduating class please stand and be recognized and thanked? Will every child of a member of the 2022-2023 graduating class please stand and be recognized and thanked? Will every significant other of a member of the 2022-2023 graduating class please stand and be recognized and thanked? Will every other relative or friend of a member of the 2022-2023 graduating class please stand and be recognized and thanked? Now that we have thanked all of you, I want to prepare you for one final step along this journey. If your graduate plans to take a bar exam, please remember that preparing for this is a very serious undertaking. Your new graduate will spend countless hours studying alone or in study groups with classmates, attending classes and workshops, taking practice exams, and writing sample essays. In short, your graduate needs time and space during this period to ensure that he or she is ready for the rigors of this exam. So on behalf of the graduates who have a bar exam in the future, I thank you in advance for understanding that this task is not easy. Remember, your College of Law family is here to support you every step of the way. Now, we will have reflections delivered by Ms. Thaisa Heath, the 2022-2023 graduation chair. She will be followed by the singing of the alma mater, led by Mr. Marquise McMiller. After the alma mater, we kindly ask that you take your seats for the recessional. The platform party will leave the stage and will be followed by the graduates.
I hear you. Good morning to my fellow graduates. Oh, we're in the afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon to my fellow graduates, faculty, alumni, esteemed guests, family, and friends. My name is Thaisa Heath, a first-generation college graduate, first-generation law school graduate, proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and dog mom. What an honor it has been to be trusted as the graduation and hooding chair of the class of 2023. I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege to recognize my grandmother, Jean Lewis. Grandma, where are you? My grandmother moved from the sweet island of Trinidad to the rough streets of Brooklyn, New York in 1976. I cannot imagine the sacrifice. Hold on, Grandma, I'm talking to you. I can't see you. I cannot imagine the sacrifice and fear, but also the strength it took to leave everything you knew behind for another country. I know there are some in here who can relate, so thank you to all the parents, grandparents, and guardians that moved to the United States, battling language barriers and changes of lifestyles so we could be the change makers we are meant to be. Thank you, Grandma. Now, here's a question for my classmates. What on earth made us think law school was a good idea? Now, don't get me wrong, we have so many positive memories, but we all have also cried and seen some of the darkest days these last 3 years. But still we rise, or whatever Dr. Maya Angelou said. Now, there are some movers and shakers in this graduating class. I have been a witness to some amazing accomplishments. My soror, Amanda Hunter, was able to share with her grandmother that she will be accepting the position of Assistant District Attorney in the Bronx. Quintera Sherman co-founded a Moms in Law School program that has made its mark at FAMU Law by creating a network and support system for parents who are juggling law school and life. My soror, Jair Hawkins Jackson, continues to merge education and the law. She is currently the Senior Specialist for School Board Services for Orange County. In 2012, my law school bestie, Shakina Williams, where you girl? Shakina Williams had on her vision board that she would become a contracts tutor and get on the dean's list. That semester, she received the highest grade in 3 of her 5 classes and was asked by Dean Feynman to be a teacher's assistant. My soror, Brianna Bell, juggled 3 part-time jobs, was on the e-board for 4 organizations, and still maintained a Dean's List GPA. After being told that she could not go straight into federal work following law school, my girl, Destiny Hibbler, secured a federal job following law school, bringing her journey full circle. I'm so proud of you all. All right, so let's talk about dreams. We can look at these last 3 years one of 2 ways. Either Disney's A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, or Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares. Anyone else felt bad for wishing, praying, and begging the heavens to get into law school, only to get here and wish, beg, and plead that it would be over? All the accomplishments of the last 3 years were simply once a dream. I want to do a little exercise with my fellow graduates. So if all graduates can please close their eyes for a moment. Imagine the moment you decided you were going to attend law school. Now, imagine the day you received your welcome letter from Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University College of Law. And now, imagine the first day of 1L year. In the words of Professor Williams, we met in boxes. Yeah. We met each other in a box, rather. Okay, now open your eyes. Now, remember the first day of 3L year? We were all tired. Most of us stopped getting dressed up for classes. We only came to school when we had to be at school. In fact, there are some faces in front of me I haven't seen all year. And as we crossed the stage, I realized there are faces that I have not seen at all. So congrats to y'all. I'm Thaisa. Nice to meet you guys. Law school has been an adventure. All the trials and tribulations of the last 3 years didn't deter us. We have to give thanks to all of our mentors as well. Shout out to my mentors, Alicia Gorell, Esquire, Camille Evans, Esquire, Aaron McAdams Fransblau, Esquire, and Sheree Patillo. We still built strong relationships, and we all still made it to the finish line. Most of all, we created memories that will last a lifetime. Were y'all at the People's Brunch? Okay. So as we leave this building with the shiny new letters JD at the end of our names, remember that this moment was once a dream. You are now living it. You are living proof that you can do anything you put your mind to. Between LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and whatever other social media platform is to come in the future, I cannot wait to see how you all break down barriers, blaze your own paths, and make your marks on history. Congratulations to my fellow graduates and all our families. Thank you.
College of love and charity, we gather round thy noble shrine. We lift our voice in praise to thee, and ask the blessings all divine. FAMU, FAMU, I love thee, I'll fight and win whatever the battle be. The orange and the green, thy son shall ever defend, and loyal to thy voice of love attend. FAMU, FAMU.
Test one. Ladies and gentlemen, please exit the building, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please exit the building expeditiously. Thank you.